Sportscast live from the Juicy Whip Studios from Glendora, the pride of the foothills.
Yeah, baby, that's right. Pride of the foothills.
Pride of the foothills, California. Back here with my boys. I got the pops in the house, sporting the USC jersey and some sort of visor. It's at the drag
boat racing. Maybe?
Oh, we've got a drag boat crash coming
Do
up.
we?
Wild World Sports
See?
coming up. See? Fitting.
I am
Fitting.
so in.
We have our Mexican who's bundled up next to the air
What's
conditioning.
happening? Yeah, it's
so
really
funny
cold
now.
out here. I got like
You look
AC blowing on my back.
You look like Beavis and Butthead.
I am Cornholio. I need tipping for my mango. Dude, I got the Movember. I'm trying to grow a beard for Movember.
Yeah.
You guys are you guys into that right
Should
now?
I do that?
It's like the 1 month of the
I
year
didn't do
that
that.
I'm trying to grow a beard
I
right now, but
started
I
last
can't.
year.
I'm
How
like,
am I doing?
I'm like Patch Adams over here and shit.
I started last
It's
year.
really
How am I
itchy.
doing?
I'm way more farther than you
This
are.
has been going since 1999, so I'm still, I'm still back to sophomore year. Back here though, once again, and Knocker runs hot, so that's why you're right in his air path.
Right.
Good. Yep.
We might need to change we might need to put that air conditioner like in that window, so we can just blow it on your back.
Could be.
That'd be
Might
we
be.
switch the window that it's in.
Well,
you know?
technically, I'm not an Angels fan, but I'll let it slide this time.
Oh, okay. Now, right now, Knocker is trying to solicit
Yes.
guests for the
Pouring
show.
myself out.
He's trying to get Mark Gubaza on the show right now. He's whoring himself out.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. Locking up on tonight's show. Glad to be back here. We had a huge last week of football. College off the hook. A lot of upsets in the top 10 there, Knocker. We'll get to all that coming up. Huge stuff going on in college football. We got rivalry. I can never say it right. Can you say it right? Say it.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Let's try saying it right now. If you're in your car, wherever you're podcasting,
three
and
times.
you end up listening to the show, say rivalry week. Just say it out loud and see it.
Rivalry
see if
rivalry
you
week.
can say it.
Rivalry week. Rivalry week.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
See, it's tough to say.
It is tough to say.
We got rivalry week coming up this weekend. This weekend, so Knocker, you're going to break down the college football. We got a coach getting fired at a major program. Knocker feels that USC is getting screwed once again. I'm sure he's going to go on quite a rant about that. So we'll get to all that coming up later in the show. You can call today, 626-208-9040. Phone lines will be open for most of the show. I'm sure we'll have our boy Cam calling in with his pigskin pick'ems. He likes to go up against Knocker, choosing the spreads. A big part of the show. He will be with us, I'm sure. I'm sure that Blackout will be calling in. I know I've been gaming it up this weekend. Shout out to Blackout. Been back on my Xbox freaking the last month or so with Call of Duty and now Star Wars coming out. I swear to God, knock up. You know what? I got to give you kind of props. I was thinking of that today.
Why?
Because you were a cool guy.
Thank you.
You were a cool dad back in the day. Like, I started with an Atari.
Right?
Like, I had an Atari. You've always got me, as much as, like, we grew up, we were not poor, but we weren't rich. Like, you worked your ass off. You got what you could for Christmas. But any new gaming system
Right?
that came out, you would always get the boys, like me and our brothers. Like, you'd always get us that system. I always grew up, every new system that came out for Nintendo, I always had. That was the only thing I'd get for Christmas. I didn't give a fuck. That's what I got, and it was fantastic. And I'm back in it. I'm getting the daughter back in it.
I love it. I think it's great.
These new Star Wars games come out. I don't care if people are like, hey, you taking video games? I don't give a fuck. You guys can hit me up. It's Breaking Bad 187 is my game tag. That's right. It's a code for murder, so I'm breaking out murder. Star Wars just came out. I got it 3 days early because I got the Elite Pack.
I'll check you
I
out.
paid a little more. I got the special powers for Kylo Ren. I got his special mind powers. Got a new Rey outfit.
Wow.
Yeah, got some. It was a cool pack.
I'm
An
impressed.
extra $20. It was worth it. Call of Duty though, World War II. They went back to their
Original.
The original.
Uh-huh.
You'd like the game, Pops. World
Yeah.
War II. You get to storm the beach in Normandy. You get to play Arnhem. You get to play the Battle of Bulge.
That's
You
how
get-
Medal
it's
of Honor
fucking-
was. Medal of Honor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you played those games
Yeah,
before?
that's,
like
it's
that
Medal of
too.
Honor's
I love
Call of
that
Duty.
shit.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So what was...
It's
Go ahead.
fantastic. I was going to say, it was a game that you could play.
Because
now,
it's
that you could appreciate.
historically fairly accurate.
Yeah, you play
Yes.
all the real events. It's pretty damn awesome.
So what was the flying one? I really used to play a lot. Planes of
There was a that
planes
game
of something. What was it called?
That was a really good game, Knock.
It took me forever to clear it, but
you did. You used to jam on video games.
yeah, I liked it. It was
you
fun.
And your name's Dave. My uncle Dave. He had an
Yes.
Atari. We were playing the chopper game where you just They would come running. Like, that game was fucking bad back in the day. Like, back in the day, that was cool as shit.
No one could beat me at Joust, though.
Oh, you were master at Joust?
I was a master at Joust.
Were you?
Absolutely.
I mean, because you kind of grew up in that arcade-ish era,
Yes,
so did I, where
absolutely.
you go to the arcade. Like, that was the thing to do, is go to the arcade and have your initials. Dude, that's me. That's
right?
me and the Pac-Man. I got that. Asteroids. Come on. Let's go. I mean, my God, it's so good. Oh, remember, we used to go to Laughlin.
Yes.
Stay at Colorado Bell, and we'd have NASCAR, because you get in the NASCAR. They have real NASCAR simulators there.
Yeah, buddy.
You get in the NASCAR simulators. It's fucking awesome. It's so great. I'm just back. I'm geeked out on gaming right now.
We're a gaming family.
It's a gaming family. This has been good. Anything go on this weekend, Renee? I know you've been busy working, slaving over there
man.
at iHeart. I mean,
Yeah.
you took a picture. It's Christmas season.
Yeah, it is.
How happy are you?
Well,
Back
luckily,
at Coast that
luckily,
you hear Christmas
I know,
music
right?
every single day.
Well, luckily, I don't have to work that station very often. But
man.
yeah, they just had their Christmas party. the other day.
Is this all you guys are playing over there?
Pretty much. Frosty the Snowman.
How many versions can you hear, right?
Oh, dude, my favorite of all time though is the Cheech and Chong Christmas.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A little more for Santa Claus, a little more for Santa Claus.
You're going to want to shoot yourself in the face after
Eventually, yeah.
listening to this for the next 2 months, though, right? Like,
Oh yeah, man.
How are you
Bing
gonna do
Crosby, dude? Well, I don't have to work it that often. My main station is old, so
Feliz Navidad just totally gets on your nerves after a while.
we just had our Christmas party, dude. Like they launched the Christmas music,
Right.
You know? That was fun, but yeah, a little
It
too
was candy
early,
apple
little too
red.
early for the Christmas.
My
It
wife
was
already busted out the
lower
lights. I'm
candy
doing
apple
lights
red.
this weekend.
What?
Oh, you
Yes,
are?
I'm already busted. Dude, she's like,
That's
she's like,
pathetic.
we just moved into the neighborhood. We need to make our statement.
Pathetic.
I'm like,
Pathetic.
Okay, dear, what are we
I
doing?
need to watch this because
You know
this
what
is
I bought?
Clark
She didn't buy it.
Griswold.
You know those new things they came out, those LED lights you stick in your front yard and it like shines on your house?
Yeah.
I bought one of those and I stuck it out there and I was like, honey, this is what we're doing. She's like, I don't think so.
That was it?
Yeah,
You tried to
she
get
said-
away with that?
She said the entryway this year is going to be miraculously awesome. Those were her words.
Oh, wow. I could see that,
She
though.
said it's going to shine.
You have like a tunnel to get into your house. You really do. Like
But
a
the porch
25-foot
area,
tunnel.
Yeah,
You
she
do.
said like that's going to just be crazy.
How cool.
No.
Yeah.
Saw my neighbor. He was out on his roof the other day. We looked at each other. He shook his head. I shook mine.
Stickers like this.
I was like, this weekend, maybe this guy
Right.
has. And I've got a 2-story house now. Like, I went out all last year for Thanksgiving in my Laverne house because it was one story.
Yes.
Kind of scared this year I'm going to be like the Clark Griswold.
Go get him, Clark. I could just see you sliding over here and stapling your shirt
so
to the ceiling. Yeah, no problem.
Are you going to do it for Mom this year? I know you've been skimping every year.
I do less and less.
You do. Ever since all your kids
Yeah.
have basically moved out, you've done less. You used to, seriously, remember we've talked about this, you used to really
I made
twist
icicles before they were sold.
Yes, you did.
I did
I
by
will
hand,
give you
right?
that.
I
You
made them
should have
before they were
patented that
sold.
shit, man.
Yes.
You'd be a millionaire right now.
Absolutely. I made them by hand.
Slowly.
I did.
He did. It's not a joke.
I did. I took a regular string
Yeah.
and I'd staple and then I'd bring it down and
Yeah.
twist them together and bring it back
And my
up
mom,
and staple. And
Nazi Christmas lady, would have
oh
these
my
things.
God.
He had to have like, if one was this long, he like had to have the pattern.
You have to do the
Exactly right.
same.
Yes. These two are the same and they're close to each other. You have to do it all over, David.
Take it down.
She'd have her Chardonnay. We'd be running in the front yard. It'd be crazy.
Too much fun. It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. So good times. You guys, again, call the show 626-208-9040. A lot going on. We'll get some NFL pigskin pickups coming up. I got some Wild World of Sports because you had a bad day. Brock Osweiler can't hit a receiver, but he can hit a poor dude in the face, so we'll get to that
All
later in the
right.
show. Ric Flair's daughter doing some work the other night, so we'll get to that.
All right.
We've got some LeBron news. I know you love that. We're going to talk about this LiAngelo Ball situation in UCLA because I got a little bit to say. I think UCLA's kind of not doing the right move here.
Totally wrong. Totally disagree with you.
Okay, totally disagree. So we're gonna
Absolutely.
I think that I'm going to be agreeing with you. You just know what side I'm coming from. I
Okay.
think actually we're going to be on the same side.
All
of
right.
this.
All right.
So we'll talk about that. Knocker's going to be covering college football. You got stoner thoughts?
Yeah, I got a couple stoner thoughts.
Right on.
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So those will be good coming
I
up.
don't have a lot of them, but I have a few.
Okay, you got a few. Got a few this week. All right, Knock, let's get into it. Football news from around the league. Let's get to the headlines. Here we go. Another huge weekend in the NFL, Knocker. A couple teams showed up when I thought they were going to fall.
Right.
Some other teams crumbled as we thought they would. And I think there's one team that's in my top 10 power rankings that has never been in a power rankings in our existence of this show.
Really?
Yes.
Very
I think that might
interesting.
give it away, but I think everyone knows who it might be.
Very interesting. Okay.
But we'll get to
All
that
right.
and Pixie Pick'ems as well coming up after the break. And Knocker, we have this show sponsored by the Midnight. I'll let you know right now.
It's all midnight all the time
Knocker,
now.
I'm hooked.
Yeah, I introduced it to you at the last show. You were just all about it at the end of the show. I told Josh,
Dude.
Josh, seriously, because you only heard the one song, right? And a little of another.
Yeah.
Just download this.
Bro.
Get in your BMW with the sound system,
I'm
crank
telling
this
you.
shit up, and you will just enjoy the
I
shit
find
out of it.
myself wanting to pass campus on the 210 and going right
Just
to Vegas.
keep on
Just
going,
keep
right?
on going.
It's just the ultimate in driving
Right,
music.
it
It
is.
truly
so
is.
we'll get to that coming up. Right now, give me a little background, get the pictures ready. Renee will roll through the NFL headlines here, Knocker. A couple big ones. We had a big injury this past week, and that's for the Seattle Seahawks losing Richard Sherman.
Yes.
I think you had a picture of him, Renee. Throw him up, writhing in pain on the ground.
And he
here,
knew it.
Knocker. We have the play on our website here. You can go to sportscastlife.com. That's where I throw up all of our videos, trending videos. I got good stuff there, man. I've been
Yes, you do.
hustling on that thing. I'm telling you right now, I got some good
Before
stuff. Yeah.
a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You're on the cutting edge of all this
I got
stuff.
it. I got it going down here. We've got Richard Sherman go. Yeah, ain't no one gonna be talking about me no more because you're gonna be out for
Right.
fucking at least a year here. I'm sorry,
Not
Richard,
for the rest of
going
the
down,
year.
tore his Achilles. How big a blow is this to the Seahawks going forward?
Oh, it's enormous.
And I know I had them up in my top. They won the game still, but again, huge loss here for the Seahawks.
Absolutely.
Does it take them as not a Super Bowl team for you now?
Well,
Contending
I
team?
did not think they were a Super Bowl team even with him.
Really?
No, I just don't think they have enough offense. They're doing
Okay.
it with mirrors. Russell Wilson's absolutely carrying that team on his back. But this is a devastating blow because that's 3/4 of the Legion of Boom is now out of action.
Yeah.
So there's just not enough bat there. People will be attacking the secondary, and in a pass-happy league, that just spells doom for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a big
you know.
injury for him, and that's something that he might not even back be beginning of the season next
Right,
year.
because
I mean,
he's a quarterback on the field too. He takes away that one side of the field, and now the whole
Right.
field's open to attack. So yeah, definitely a huge break.
it's the injury itself.
Sure.
It's your Achilles.
Yes, at his age,
Having to move on your ankles,
Gonna be tough.
And breaking with receivers doing their routes.
Yeah.
I mean that's going to be tough to
it's a
come back from and be the
long
same
rehab.
yeah,
It's
I
a
agree.
long rehab.
Moving on here, Renee, throw him up, my boy Ezekiel Elliott. I think he should have done this at the beginning of the season. It wouldn't hurt so much now because our schedule's so tough. But Ezekiel Elliott withdraws his appeal. Knocker will serve his suspension, dropping the appeal earlier today, Knocker, for his violation of the league's personal conduct policy. The decision means Elliott will be out for the next 5 games, as he sat out last week. It means he'll be able to return December 24th against the Seahawks here, Knocker. That's probably going to be a big NFC game for those two teams.
Sure.
That's a wild card game
Well,
right
if
there.
they can both hang on.
Right, if they can hang on to that point. We saw, you kind of called it from the beginning of the season, whenever he ended up serving the suspension, that his running wasn't going to be what the loss was for the Cowboys. Is the protection of Zeke Elliott.
The protection and the pass
of Dak
catching.
Prescott.
Absolutely.
And we saw him just get clobbered last week
Yes.
from Claiborne on the Falcons.
Yep.
Zach Green or whatever his name was on the side there. 6 sacks against him right there. I mean, I'm surprised Dak came out of that game with his head on his shoulders. This is a big loss here, Knocker. We saw what happened against the Falcons. They got a big game against the Eagles this weekend. I think this just messed with the team. So I think it's kind of a lost year for the Cowboys almost.
Well, it's
Kind of with the distract. It just feels like it's not all there. It's just and we got the Lee going down, the middle linebacker with a hamstring injury. He's gonna be out the next couple weeks. I mean, he's the backbone of our defense. We saw how much that hurt us last week. I just think that the Cowboys are falling apart right now.
Yeah, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
You're in big trouble now. A lot's going to depend on what happens this weekend. I believe they host the Eagles this weekend, so a lot's going to be decided
Sunday
this
night
weekend.
football, yep.
There's a lot of distractions in Dallas. This whole thing's been back and forth all year long. You got Jerry Jones feuding with the owners and threatening to sue, and the Arthur Blank thing last week where they didn't even talk to each other before the game or even acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
There's some issues going on in Dallas as usual, and I'm not sure that they can survive being the same division as the Redskins and the Eagles. It's going to be real tough for them to survive this.
Yeah, the Cowboys last year had their storyline was their play on the field. This year, it's more the stuff off the field with the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
I think it's hurting them. So, moving on here. Big news. This is a shocker to me, Knocker. Throw him up, Renee, because I don't think anyone's ever seen this guy before. Nathan Peterman. Sounds like your broker.
Character.
Your broker or your accountant or something. But Nathan Peterman, Bills rookie quarterback here, Knocker, going to start for the Buffalo Bills. Tyrod Taylor's out now after getting that big contract.
Wow, again, huh?
After losing 2 games here, the last 2 games, the Bills have fallen to 5-4, but they're still in the thick of the AFC playoff race here, Knocker. In the wild card last week, Tyrod Taylor, 9 for 18, 56 yards, 0 touchdowns. They got blown out by the Saints. I mean, that was one of our upsets there, but the Saints came out and just rolled them last week. Good, bad play here by the Bills. I mean, you're still in contention. You got your quarterback. Just because he loses 2 games, you pull him. I don't know. I don't get this move by the Bills at all.
I had the Saints, by the way.
Did you have the Saints?
Of course.
Okay. Don't say. Fuck you. Don't say of course. You're 1 pick in front of me. Okay?
I know, right? Hey, I don't understand. You don't build stability this way. This is your quarterback. You got to live and die with this guy. So now you're putting in an untested rookie who not only do we not know his name, obviously he hasn't taken a snap in the NFL. This is panic. This has got panic written all over it.
It's got panic written all over it. You had Sean McDermott, the coach, coming out 2 days ago, Knocker, and saying that Tyrod Taylor isn't going anywhere and he's my starter. Here, let me roll the tape for you. This is the coach.
Because I believe in Tyrod. Tyrod's our starter. That's what I said yesterday, and I know what Tyrod's done, and I also know what Nate's done. So Tyrod's our starter.
Oh, really? You lying sack of shit? That's 2 days ago. It's 48 hours. What has Tyrod Taylor done in practice, paying all that money to lose his job? I don't get it. I on Twitter before the show, I said, Bills Mafia, you know we're their biggest supporter. I can't support this decision. I can't support
the dreaded vote of confidence. The dreaded public vote of confidence.
What is that?
Peterman, where did he play?
I don't know. Guy? I was going to ask you. Do you know where he came from? You're the college guy.
Friggin' idea. Never heard of him.
What the fuck?
Never heard of him.
Nathan Peterman. Do you see yourself
Okay, well,
winning?
the Bills are just...
Do you see a Nathan Peterman holding up the Lombardi Trophy?
No.
So, how about no?
All I can say is, there goes Buffalo.
Yes, my God, Nathan Peterman.
How about no?
Yes, no, Nathan Peterman. Thank you. My God, Knock. All right, next up here in our NFL headlines again, call the show 626-208-9040. Speaking with quarterbacks, Knocker, Minnesota's come out. Great scene last week in Minnesota, seeing Teddy Bridgewater break down in tears before the game. It was his first game back in uniform on the sidelines for the Minnesota Vikings. You like the guy when he was at Louisville. I didn't think he was going to be much coming into the NFL because of his size. I think that hurt him, but his injury was devastating.
Yes, sir.
To the Vikings organization. But Case Keenum, if you could throw him up, Renee, filled in fantastically for the Minnesota Vikings. Right now they sit at 7-2. Big game coming up against the Rams this weekend.
Yes.
Mike Zimmer's come out and said, no, we're sticking with the guy.
Sure.
Case Keenum, who got us here. Good. Okay, so you're with the decision to go with him.
Absolutely.
To me, I just think that Case Keenum is an Alex Smith.
Okay.
I just don't. He'll win you the games, but I just don't see him getting them to the promised land.
I disagree. I think their defense is good enough to get him there. I think this is a Trent Dilfer situation.
4 touchdowns last week, Knock.
Right. I think it's okay.
No, I'm saying he threw 4 touchdowns last week. Case Keenum, He's
been in the league long enough. He played well. He played well for the Rams, right? I don't think you can put Teddy Bridgewater back in the starting position. Normally, you don't lose your job to an injury, but normally an injury, you come back the same season.
Yeah.
He's missed the better part of a season and a half. So he's not. And there have been changes in personnel, changes in all of this, players on the field.
Yeah.
Peterson's gone. This isn't the same team he was the quarterback
They lost
of.
their running back.
Right? So you just don't do this to a team at 7-2. 5-4 maybe, right?
Yeah.
4-5 maybe, but 7-2 and things are going well. Why upset the apple cart, man? No, not at all. And I love the fact that Keenum was quarterback for the Rams. I mean, he was a starting quarterback for a minute for the Rams, and now they're playing the Rams.
And I know it's kind of taking a shot
cool.
at Alex Smith. He's a great quarterback, doesn't turn the ball over. I just don't see him winning an NFC championship game. I just don't see him doing it. I give him props for what he's doing. I just think that I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater's going to get you there either. I just think that Minnesota is like the Chiefs kind. They remind me a lot of the Chiefs.
Well, we're going to find out this weekend. I mean, there's still some games. I was surprised that they went into Washington and they beat a good Redskins team on the road. That's very impressive to me.
Yep, I agree. All right, Renee, get this one ready to go here. Knocker, we talked about it before the show here.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you're just saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm looking at the Twitter conversation going on with my man Renee and Mr. Mark Gubiza.
I'm trying to make it happen, dude.
Right, dude.
So during the start of this show, you have solicited Mark Gubasog to come on this show?
Yes. Well, I had tweeted, right? I took a picture at the Coast party.
Yeah.
And I said, Coast music is starting, right? I took a picture with Santa Claus.
Said he can do it on the phone next Wednesday.
He liked one of my tweets.
Right.
And he responded to one of my tweets. So we were talking before the show. I said, how awesome would it be if Mark Gubiza came on our show?
Yeah, shout out to Mark.
I told you. And you go, I told you, just go after him. Well, how do I do that? He doesn't follow me. Just pimp it out there, man. Put it out there.
So
and he
sorry
responded.
If I'm a little preoccupied.
Oh, no. I think it's awesome, man.
So if we can make it happen, get your best Angels questions ready. Or
freaking, I'm talking about the Royals, man. I'm not talking about the Angels, but I'm talking about the Royals back in the day, man. Yep. Shit, yeah.
You MFers hustling over there.
Gooby, I'm a Royals fan. I'm old enough to remember you. I'm old enough to remember you, homie.
Yeah. Putting on his Royals fan hat. Okay. Lastly, here, Knocker, we talked about how great it's going to be to have a team in Vegas. Just to go to see your team there, especially living in SoCal. As we know, Vegas is our backyard.
Yes.
It's a 45-minute flight out of Ontario. It's freaking fantastic. You can fly down there for a ball game. It's going to be great. They broke ground today at 5 p.m. Knocker.
Did they?
When they broke ground.
All right.
And we've got the Renee, throw it up for me. You've got a little preview as well for the live watchers here. Again, we'll have the videos up on YouTube for you guys tomorrow to watch, and all of our streamers that are watching right now. Knocker, here's a virtual tour of the new stadium here for the Raiders. Check this out. This is what we're going to see here.
Wow. Look at that. The field goes in and out just like at Arizona.
For concerts, yeah. They use that spot where it retracts for concerts.
Right. So they grow the grass and then pull it in, just like in Arizona. Look at this place. Video screens outside.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Dude.
Wow.
The view of the strip.
Oh, it's behind Mandalay Bay, huh? Wow. All right.
It'd be fantastic there, Knox. There's
Dude,
a
there
little
should
preview.
be some
you guys want to check it out for all you
going
podcasters, I have it up on our website. It's right on the homepage there, so click on it. It's in the NFL section as well.
Wow.
Knock, what do you think about that thing?
I love it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal for the league, for the Raiders. Just
it looks gas, man.
Fantastic. I know.
To go see you're a big country music concert. And I know the tragedy happened. That hey, people, don't let that deter
we're
you.
Still going.
Enjoy
Sorry.
life. Don't let that. Yeah, that's how they win. Okay. Knocker, how great was you going to be? You and Wendy flying down there.
Check this out, dude.
Man,
you fly in, right? You fly in Friday morning. Friday night, you take in a concert at T-Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Saturday, you go watch the freaking Golden Knights. And Sunday, you go watch the Raiders.
They got a kick-ass hockey team now.
They're
how can you feel if you're the Arizona Coyotes right now?
7 points.
You've got 7 points. You've been there for how long in the Vegas moves in and they're kicking ass? My God.
I think it's just absolutely phenomenal for the league. For the Raiders. I'm sorry for the Raider fans, but you know what? That's an hour and a half flight from Oakland, man. Get on the freaking plane and
the
go.
Stadium there was a dump. I'd take the flight if I was in Oakland.
I've been there. It's pretty bad.
It's a pretty bad stadium. And Knocker, let's finish off our NFL headlines with none other than probably one of the best headlines that we've seen before. Patriots are cheaters. Patriots are cheaters. NFL loves the Patriots. NFL loves the Patriots, Knock. They always go the Patriots way, right? They let them off with everything.
Sure.
Well, after this clip that was sent to me, I kind of maybe think that they are, because this was pretty. I don't know if you caught this, Knocker, and the Patriots blowout over the Broncos.
No.
Now the Patriots were getting a kickoff. Okay.
Yeah.
Guy in the end zone received the ball off the kickoff.
Right.
He didn't take a knee. He just caught the ball and tossed it to the ref. Well, the ref was like, "Hey, you shouldn't give this to me because that's really like a fumble. You didn't do anything except toss me the ball." So he tosses the ball back to the Patriots player and he takes a knee, and the play goes on like nothing happened. Check this out, Knock. This is, I guess, the conspiracy theories. Just throw me some X-Files music on, because Knocker, check this out. No, you need to take a knee, kid, before you. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's a fumble.
all you Patriots conspiracy theories out there, that proves it's true.
No, it doesn't prove it's
Knocker,
true.
look at that. That's cheating.
Now,
That's a fumble. That's a fumble.
Dude,
hey, you're not even a football person.
Dude,
that's a fumble.
The referee is 2 feet away from him. There's not a Broncos shirt in sight.
That's like in baseball. If I threw the ball to first, okay, and the first baseman dropped the ball, and the umpire's like, I'll pick it up here. Here's the ball, and hands it to him. Like, that doesn't work. Yes, it is.
No, it's not the same. He tosses him the ball.
It's not the same?
He tosses him the ball.
Watch this video. It's on our website.
The referee's like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have caught that, should I?
Yes, Knocker. Thank you for that.
Oh, come on, it's just so obvious what's going on. That's no big deal.
B-Knock.
To me, that's no big deal.
Come on.
It's no big deal. He's at the back of the end
zone,
zone,
all
1
those
yard
conspiracy theories. You know, all those Patriots haters out there like, I told you what to do, you motherfucker. I'm telling you. Knocker, you see the ref, he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like hot potatoes. Right. Renee, if that happened to baseball in the Dodgers World Series and the guy just at first baseman drops the ball, the ump's like, here you go.
No. You, keep it.
Or it's like in hockey where it's not covered by the goalie and the ref just kicks it to him. Like, that doesn't work. That's cheating.
That is funny. I've never seen that before. That's pretty funny.
Cheating.
The ref should have just,
Yes.
But they both were just, okay, it's obvious what you're doing. So,
in the moment.
right?
Yes.
So ridiculous.
They were staring into each other's eyes. They got lost in the moment.
Oh, my God. So ridiculous. All right, Knock, let's finish off our football before we get to break with none other than everyone's favorite. Knocker, did you see my tweet how I found the Power Rangers when I put my power rankings up? Did you see the tweet? It was freaking fantastic.
No, I didn't.
I put the Power Rangers up for our power rankings. It was really cool.
Okay.
Are you ready to light it up right now?
Yeah.
Here we go. Blast it, Renee.
Go Power Rankings.
Go Power Rankings. Go Power Rankings.
Yeah. What's up now, motherfucker?
Take that, PMS.
Take that, PMS. I don't know what that means, but we'll put it on a t-shirt. All right, Knock. Let's get to give me a little. It's getting hot in here because everyone likes to give me little.
It is a little hot in here, except for Renee.
Yeah, Renee's bundled up like a motherfucker over there. Dude, he's
a Mexican Eskimo right now, man.
Singing at Colin tomorrow's in
I'm
Texas.
a
I'm
Meximo.
sick as fuck, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, right. I'm totally like a cold back. I'm not a wet back. I'm a cold back.
Knock, you ready for my power ranking?
No, but
are you ready
let's
for this?
do it.
All right. He's that choked up about it. All right, Knock. Wow. As of right
Knocker,
now,
can you grab me one too, please?
Yeah, I'll take a beer. Let's everyone crack a beer,
please.
Yeah, don't be a Harvey Weinstein. Can you grab me one?
Yeah, can you grab me one?
Knocker's off in the bush. Like Harvey over there.
I know, right?
Guys, it's crazy, man. What's going on in
it's
Hollywood
insane,
right now,
man.
But
It's about fucking time.
Can I just say that
obvious for years?
Can I just say that I want to go further, but there's a lot of shit bad that's going on in Hollywood. Yeah.
Right.
There's also a lot of people trying to score some money off some bullshit
course.
stories
Yeah, of
right
course.
now.
Of course.
A lot of bullshit.
A lot of
stories
gold
out there.
diggers out there, for sure.
I'll leave it at that.
Sure.
All right, Knock. This team has never, ever
Ooh.
been in the top 10 power rankings of the Sports Guru ever in the history of the Sportscast.
Okay.
Now, 300 and whatever, 30-something shows, whatever we're on.
Right.
This never happened.
What you got?
Let's get to
Number 10.
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Whoa!
Knocker. At number 10.
Virgin entry.
The Virgin, they popped the cherry this week. The Jacksonville, they almost blew it against the Chargers. They almost blew it.
That's a nice win, though. Normally they lose that game.
Normally they lose.
Right?
Chargers still covered. That was one of my picks.
Right?
But
That's all that counts.
that's all that counts. Knocker. The Jaguars right now, as it stands, are number 5 in the whole conference and would make the playoffs at 6-3. Man, their defense is for real.
They are.
Okay, now I put them at 10 here because Blake Bortles is there, still there. Okay, I don't trust them.
But he's not doing stupid shit anymore.
I shuffle between them and the Titans. Now, if you were going to put one at number 10 here, would you put the Titans or the Jags? Because both the teams, I don't trust them. Like, I don't trust the offense of The Titans.
I think the Jags.
You know what I mean? Who do you believe more in?
I think the Jags have a better track record.
Yeah.
Right, against better teams. I think their defense is a little better, and with Fournette back there, the running game's a little better if he has his head on straight. I think the quarterback tilts a little bit towards Mariota, but Bortles is playing at the best he's ever played and the most consistent he's ever played, and he's not losing games.
So you say they deserve my number 10 spot?
Yeah, I think
agree
so.
With that?
Yeah,
All right,
I can go with that for sure.
All right, here we go.
Number 9.
Now, this team actually won, Knocker, but I dropped them down because of the injuries and because of the way that they're playing right now, the Seattle Seahawks. They jumped from number 5. They were at number 5 for me last week, dropped down to number 9 despite the win. They scare me right now, Knocker. I thought their acquisition of that offensive lineman from the Texans was really going to solidify that offensive line. Russell's still running for his life here. The running game is up and down here. They just lost Sherman. They're banged up right now. I don't trust their kicking situation either. Getting rid of Hauschka was one of the worst things they
I don't even understand what the hell that was at all.
The biggest playoff game for the Vikings, but you're going to bring him in and
Blair Walsh?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I agree.
I'm going to put the Seahawks at number 9. Would you agree with me? Dropping them down despite the win because the trust factor with them now. I think Sherman is that big of a loss.
I'm thinking looking into the future, I think they'll be out of the top 10. I think they fall out. But dropping them to 4 spots is fine.
Okay, you agree with that?
I don't have an issue.
All right.
Number 8.
Number 8 here, Knocker, for me. I'm going with the Chiefs here. The Chiefs dropped just a little bit because a couple other teams won despite them. They scare me right now, Knocker. They've lost a couple games. They're not running the football, and that scares me. That's where with Hunt, that's where they broke out in the beginning of the season. They're not running the football, and I don't think they can rely on Alex Smith to carry the team. You got to rely on the running game, and their defense is shoddy at times. That injury, like we said, to Eric Berry was just a lot bigger than we thought. I dropped them a couple spots here. I think that they're good, but I don't trust them. And I think my bottom 5 here in my top 10, I think they're good teams, but I don't trust them.
They're interchangeable pretty much is what they're looking like.
Okay, so here we go.
Number 7.
Number 7 here, Knocker. I'm going to go with the Panthers. Good win. They moved up a couple spots here for me. That defense is legit. That's a scary defense, Knocker. When Kuechly's going at it, and their defensive line is playing well and getting pressure on the quarterback, and they can drop everybody and rush 4. It's one of the best defenses I've seen.
I think what's interesting is the passing game has picked up since Benjamin got traded.
Right.
They're utilizing McCaffrey.
I told you, he's looking at other people.
Right. But I think the biggest thing, I like Collinsworth. I loved him as a player and this and that. But he really hit the nail on the head when he said, excuse me. My bad. Gruden. It was Gruden making the comment.
Yeah, Monday night.
His shoulder is getting healthy.
Yes.
And we don't realize, Andrew Luck has been out with a shoulder injury for over a year now. Cam had surgery on that shoulder. This is the first time I saw him throw bullets. He really threw some bullets this last week, and if he starts moving the ball around, and they utilize McCaffrey in the right way, which they're starting to do, this team's going to be trouble. Absolutely,
they're going to be big trouble here. I think they get Owen, the tight end back here.
Olsen?
Olsen back. This is going to be huge. He's such a big target
Absolutely.
for them. Like you said, using McCaffrey the right way. I think the thing that scares me, and again, why they're in my bottom 5 here, is because I don't trust Cam. And Knock, we talked about this
He's
before
the best
the show.
front runner ever.
Is he not? I'm not trying to be racist. He's the black, basically Phillip Rivers for me.
Yeah.
Like when everything's going good, Phillip Rivers is rah, yeah, teammates. And then when everything's going bad, it's a fucking little child. And I think Cam is the black Phillip Rivers.
I can't argue.
Age,
I can't argue.
I'm not saying abilities by running. I'm just saying their emotional status. It's about the same for me. So I'm going to put them at number 7, but that defense could get them quite far in the playoffs.
Always. Rivera's always going to have a defense.
Number 6.
Number 6. This team dropped despite winning for me, too. The Steelers, another very immature team that I've been touting the whole year, and they keep winning, Knocker. They're 7-2, but their turnover ratio is completely opposite of the record here. They've turned the ball over way more than they have gotten it on defense. Again, you've got the emotional instability of an Antonio Brown, of a Le'Veon Bell, of their coach, Tomlin, who you never... And despite being a good coach, they can be immature at times. Ben Roethlisberger seems to be a turnover machine this year. And that the organization seems to be up and down. But they're a good team, and I still think that they have a shot, maybe a 25% shot to beat the Patriots. I think they beat them 1 out of 4 times.
Right.
They played each other.
At home.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying I think they have that chance, but I'm going to put them there at number 6 for me, Knocker. So,
I'm not
you look at my
sure.
bottom. immature but good teams, right?
I think the most stable team there is the Chiefs. The other four, you just don't know what you're getting every week. You just don't. But I think the Chiefs at least bring this pretty much the same product every week. They're not winning, but they're not getting blown out, and they don't look like crap.
Yeah, I agree.
They're just not winning sometimes.
This team climbs into my top 5 here, Knocker.
Number 5.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Case Keenum, 4 touchdowns last week. Just fantastic. Their defense is just off the hook, Knocker. I think it's the best defense in the league right now, statistically.
Seems to be.
They've been banged up. I mean, losing their running back at the beginning of the year, the guy from Florida State, you thought that was going to just, riddle their season, but they've got a lot of workhorses. Thielen seems to be the real deal over there, that receiver.
Absolutely. I think they've got, they lost the running back from Florida State at the beginning of the year. They lost, I can't remember, Delvin Cook. They lost their quarterback again.
Yeah.
I think the team, I'm watching them play against the Redskins, and the team looks like they've really rallied around Case Keenum. I think his veteran presence is a little bit like Bradford.
Yeah.
I think he comes in and settled everybody down, and they're running an offense that doesn't ask him to do a shit ton of stuff. They're relying on their defense, which is what good teams do. I kind of like
better,
it.
Vikings or Chiefs? Because for me, they're kind of the same team.
I think the Vikings beat the Chiefs on a neutral field right now. Yes,
better
I do.
Defense, offensively, probably the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the Chiefs have more weapons.
With Kelce,
right. But again, it's you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you're depending on the big plays,
with the Vikings,
right, the Chiefs will beat you any day. But they can also lose because if they don't hit those, and the Vikings are nice and steady and they put up 21 points a game, they'll beat you 21-10 or they'll lose 35-21.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Knock here. This team stays at number 4, even though they had a big win last week. But again, they're a good team.
Number 4.
The Rams. I mean, once again, another solid win last week, Knocker. I know they didn't cover the first half and you're pissed off about that.
So effing pissed.
I know you were mad.
Dude, I had the parlay. I had the parlay. Are you freaking kidding me?
It all comes down to gambling.
Come
on.
I had the parlay and they just freaking gacked, man. So screw that shit. But big game this week.
Hey, they're your Rams, Knocked.
They are my Rams. I'm so glad they're back.
I mean, they look fantastic. Offense, Goff is going once again.
Love it.
Like you said, that's a game when the Rams typically would have lost.
Yes.
Playing as they did in that first half, they gave up. They should have been up by a lot more, and they choked it away. Came out and smoked them in the second half.
Love it.
All right, Knock. This team moved up the most for me.
Number 3.
This was a do-or-die game, a tell game for this team. I chose against them. You went with them in the New Orleans Saints. Who dat nation, Knocker.
Yes.
The Saints came out absolutely in 30-degree weather for a dome team to come out and blow away the Buffalo Bills in that atmosphere. We know how rowdy. That's one of the hardest stadiums to go into and win.
Sure, absolutely.
It's rowdy. For them to go in and smoke them the way that they did, Knocker. What does that say about the Saints, and what does that say about the Bills?
Well, it tells you that the Saints are for real. They believe in each other, and they've basically come out of nowhere because nobody expected this from the Saints this year.
They're running the football.
I think Drew Brees. I believe they won the NFC Championship in Chicago in cold weather the year they won the Super Bowl. So I don't think the cold weather affects him like it had in previous years or whatever, but they had that success, so I think mentally he comes into the game saying, okay, I can do this.
He's a veteran quarterback, too.
But the Bills have fallen in such disarray for the Saints just to come out there and walk over them. It says more about the Saints than it does about the Bills.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, these top 2 teams, Knocker, they've been there at the top of the last couple of weeks.
Number 2.
In the Patriots and
Number 1.
In the Eagles here, Knocker. I give the Eagles a little bit of the edge, not only just for the record, but I think that they're a little more solid on both sides of the football here. The Patriots defense, despite playing well against the Broncos last week, it's the Broncos offense first of all. Okay, let's calm down here. And I still think that they can be exploited at times. I think they're very thin. I think their starters are good. You lose a guy or two though for the Patriots, and they really go down far. Eagles, I think that's a big blow to their offensive lineman. I forget who they lost a couple with.
Peters? Jason Peters?
Peters, yeah.
Right.
Peters.
Jesus, look at me. I am horrible with names.
You pulled out a name right there. Jason Peters, I think I said it last week. I think that's going to be a big loss. Just for Carson Wentz, I think he's good enough and he's mentally stable enough in the pocket to be able to deal with it.
Oh, he can run. He can do different things. He just hasn't had to do them.
I think it's 50-50.
All the
Patriots,
tools.
Eagles right now, as it stands, put them on neutral field. 10 games, they each win 5. They each win 5.
I like the Eagles winning 6 out of 4. I think the Eagles right now are a more solid team.
I give the Patriots the edge just for the coaching because I think Belichick outcoaches the Patriots
I'll
staff.
give you that, but I think the Patriots defense is going to give up more points.
So
the Patriots defense will give up points.
Okay.
And the Eagles are a little stronger there.
A little stronger.
In my opinion.
But
and I don't
really
think
close.
the Patriots are explosive on offense. I don't think they have a whole lot of deep threats.
I kind of disagree with you. I think losing Hogan was big for the last couple of weeks. He's been out, but we'll be back in the next couple of weeks. I think as long as Gronk is healthy and as long as
but how long is that going to last?
I think Amendola is way underrated for that team.
Sure, but he's going to get hurt too.
I agree, man. They're that brittle stick right now for the Patriots. They could lose a lot of offensive weapons.
And
really
I got news for you. Gronk is never going to be healthy.
Yeah,
not anymore. He'll be great.
It's like watching Vlad Guerrero run to first base. It's like watching Gronk go out and try and catch a pass right now.
Vlad, he was great. He still thought he could score on a single.
It's like Pulse right now. I go to an Angels game. It's like,
it hurts.
Pulse.
It hurts. If he was a horse, they'd have shot him already.
You know he's putting icy hot patches on once he gets back to the dugout,
reminds me of
right?
Brian McCann on the Astros. Remember when he was trying to track all the way to third?
My God.
Huffing. Yeah.
It's like it hurts me to watch.
Go Haystack.
Yeah, it hurts me to watch you, man.
Yeah, it does. It's
all right,
painful.
we get back, guys. Pigskin Pick'em, week 11. We'll go over our top of our leaderboard. It's getting knocker. It's just a lot of people.
Tight race.
Tight race right now.
Race.
Nice and tight, how we like it. We also college football knock while we'll do sports. You got to knock the fuck out because you had a bad day. A lot still to come. This song right now, we're plugging them last 2 weeks from
Look
the
at
midnight.
you.
I'm playing Vampires. I'm going to go on
Are you?
Vampires right
Look
now.
at you.
We're going Vampires on the break here by the midnight. Check them out. We'll pump them up for free. I don't care. They're a fucking awesome band. Saxophone gets the girls wet. Throw it on with your wife later tonight. Here we go.
Baby.